We built a sales team that generated 1.3 million in just 30 days for our client, Peter Sage. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how we were able to recruit 10 closers in just a few days, and more importantly, how those 10 closers were able to put up 100K each within the first 30 days of being hired, and how to be able to source top tier talent using what we call the 4 closer criteria here at Prism. So Peter Sage, he is a transformational life coach, kind of similar to Tony Robbins, just more of a UK version. And essentially he had an external sales team and he wanted to bring his team in-house. So that way they could be more profitable, grow faster, all the things. First thing that we did after he brought us in was get really clear on the numbers. Okay, essentially how many closers do we need to hit our goal? In Peter's case, it was $1 million in the first month. And so we factored about 10 closers who could do 100K each based upon the numbers, based upon the calls, based upon show rate, all of that. So that was the first thing that we did. Second is we really looked at the sales systems. Now, the external sales team was using 3 or 4 call closes, which is just incredibly inefficient and ineffective. And so what we were able to do is take a look under the hood of the marketing and the client acquisition system and essentially all the nurturing sequences as well as the sales process specifically, and essentially cut that down to 2 calls, if not 1, and shorten the sales cycle tremendously. So that way reps could be most effective and have the highest odds of closing. So we got the data right, we built out all the sales systems. And then the third thing that we did was essentially get really clear on what we call this 4 closer criteria. And so for you, if you're watching this, you might have a sales team already or looking to scale your sales team. And one of the things that we hear most often from entrepreneurs or CEOs or even sales team leaders is that they struggle to find reps and talent who can consistently perform at a really high level. And the most annoying and expensive thing is hiring a sales rep who talks a good game. You end up hiring them, and then they end up underperforming or having a high month only to have a low month the next. There is a reason for why so many entrepreneurs struggle to hire the right reps. And that's what we do for our clients. And what we're able to do for Peter is essentially identify this 4 closer criteria that pretty much guarantees that a closer is gonna work and be a fit every single time. But essentially the first one, if you're taking notes, is expertise. So think about it like this. You can have a closer who's really good at sales or maybe has sales experience or sold a lot before, but if they do not have expertise in your specific field with your avatar, what you're helping people solve, they're not gonna have the conviction, right? It's kind of like if someone was fat and they knew sales, but if they were helping someone on a health offer get healthy, they're not gonna have the conviction or the expertise to really even know, or the authority to command the call in a way that's gonna allow them to have the highest close rate. So that's the first thing, is expertise. Second thing is enthusiasm. Are they genuinely passionate about helping your avatar, either directly from their own experience because maybe they once were a version of your client, or do they have a relatable story that really ties in well for why they care so much? For me, for example, I'm really passionate about helping older women get healthy because I've experienced what it's like to have my mom struggle with some health challenges and seen how that's impacted her, right? And so if I was able to relate to that avatar and had it come from my heart and had expertise in what it was look like to help her make that transformation, I'm gonna have the highest odds of succeeding and crushing on that role. So expertise, enthusiasm, and then skill, right? Do I understand how to build value? If I'm selling a 10K offer, do I understand how to build a $100,000 worth of value? So that way it's a no-brainer. And usually this is, direct experience by selling similar priced offers. And then last but not least, style. We've found that there's different sales styles that change the effectiveness of the close. So for example, if you have a B2B offer that's speaking to hard-charging entrepreneurs who are A-type, short, sharp, and quick, maybe like yourself, then having a more aggressive closer or a hard sales style is probably most effective for that demographic. Whereas if you have a more transformational offer or maybe a more emotional based or maybe a B2C offer, then having a sales style that reflects that is going to allow you to have the highest level of conversions with that specific avatar. And so essentially this 4 criteria of having a closer who has expertise in the thing that you're essentially solving, enthusiasm, they're genuinely passionate about solving that problem, they're on a mission, on a cause to actually help people shift it, and then they have the skill to convert and sell, as well as the actual style that's suited to your client or to your avatar. That really makes for a perfect fit closer. And oftentimes the reason why sales reps don't work out is because one, if not multiple, of these 4 criteria is missing. And so the first thing that we did with Peter is essentially define who their dream closer was, right? From an expertise, enthusiasm, skill, and style standpoint. And once we had that, then we were able to deploy our talent acquisition system into his sales team and recruit 6 closers within just 4 days. And that might sound crazy, and maybe you've done similar numbers, but you're taking more of a numbers approach where it's like, hey, let's recruit 5 or 10 closers and then 2 will work out. We had to make $1 million out of the gate, so we had 0 margin for error. And because we were clear on this criteria, we were able to very quickly and very clearly source closers that fit that exact criteria that we knew were going to have the highest odds of crushing it out of the gate because we had such a short timeline. So we used our talent acquisition system to recruit those 6 closers, brought them in, and then ramped them using our signature Prism sales training material to essentially help them ramp to KPI literally within 4 weeks. And after we recruited those 6, we recruited 4 more. And as you know, the story goes on that we were able to put up 1.3 million within just 30 days and literally build an in-house sales team like that. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you're wanting to essentially scale your sales team and you're struggling to find closers who can consistently perform at a high level, it really all comes down to, as a recap, 1, having your numbers right, having the right sales systems, bringing in the right talent, and then training the talent to KPI in a very quick way. So we've been able to do this for more clients than just Peter Sage. For example, with Thought Leader, we're able to help them add an extra $400K in revenue, going from 1 million to 1.4 million in just the first 30 days of working together. And we've been able to help some other big names like Ryan Dice at Scalable.co and Carlton Dennis at Tax Alchemy, and 450 other entrepreneurs. So if you're a high-ticket coach or agency looking for top sales talent that you'd love to plug into your business, who can consistently put up 100K plus or more for your business, for your offer, we'd love to have a conversation. And essentially just click the link below and schedule a free demo where we can take a look under the hood of your business, under your sales team, and see what are the highest levers that we can focus on to help you grow, and see how we can be able to potentially help you source some talent and scale your team like we did with Peter. All right, so go ahead and click the link below, and we'll see you on the other side.